So, okay, welcome to our team call, you guys. I am always so happy to see you guys on here. I know it's a sacrifice to get on. And so I really appreciate you guys showing up and making the effort to, show up. When you show up, you go up in your business. And so, oops, I think my Facebook is on. I gotta X that out real quick so we don't hear little beeps the whole time. I thought I already did this. Okay, anyways, so there are a couple announcements. You guys already know the challenge pack sales for the month. We have our club membership. So that is when somebody buys the club challenge pack, they get Shakeology, they get the 90 days of the Beachbody on Demand, and that's just $10 more than Shakeology alone. So definitely make sure to mention these to your customers. We also have our Beachbody on Demand with the performance line, and then we have our Masters Hammer and Chisel. So don't forget to mention those to people for the amazing savings. And then when you guys hit Success Club this month, you get a Shakeology apron. So we can all wear those at our team retreat, wear our Shakeology aprons while we're barbecuing, and that's kind of fun. So anyways, also I wanted to give a couple of shout outs. She is not on. I know she's listening to the recording, but a shout out to Jessica Call. She just advanced her business to Emerald. She's been a coach for 2 months, and she is 2 months a Success Club starter. And she also just hit Emerald. And then also to Shannon, who is on, also is in her 2nd month of Success Club starter. So close to that free summit ticket. And then shout out to Ryan, who just found out she earned a free call with Carl Deichler also for hitting Success Club her 1st month as a coach. So that is so exciting. We have so many people who are starting off running and starting off on the right foot. And so you guys are awesome. So great job on that. And then just real quick, as far as April goes, congratulations to Bethany. Bethany just got surgery. Like, she had her arm cut open and they cut her bone and shortened it. And she's been out, and she still is at Success Club 2 for this month. And she was at, it was like 8 last month. So it's just awesome that we can still grow our business even when we have surgery and we're completely out of it. Like, not very many jobs you can do that. So anyway, shout out to you, Bethany, if you're watching the recording. Also to Erin, a brand new coach, Success Club 1. We have Ryan at Success Club 2. Let's see, who else do we have up on the board? So that's it for now. So this month is still young. So great job to those of you who have already helped people get started. And I'm so proud of our team. In March, our team helped 41 people get started on their journey, which is awesome. Like that. Like, we are making such a big difference. And in February, it was 36. And then March was 41. So we just, every month it's getting better and better. And so I'm so proud of you guys. And I know April's going to be even better. So I'm so proud of us. Like, I just think that's so cool that, like, our little team is making such a big difference in so many people's lives. So, and then you guys heard, I checked our rankings, and our team is currently ranked at 833 out of 450,000 coaches. So that's pretty cool. That puts us in the top 1% of the company. So, woo! You guys should be proud of that. That's something, that's something cool that we can say, and we can invite others to join us in this journey. So anyways, okay, I'm going to stop blabbing. We are so lucky to have the beautiful Emma Whaley on with us. Oh, thanks, Emma. That's so sweet. She said, congrats. I don't know if on the recording, if you guys can see the chat or not. I don't know. But anyway, so Emma, I want to tell you a little bit about Emma. Now, I announced her on our team page yesterday, and you guys all saw, like, she's an elite coach 3 times. So but basically what an elite coach means is that you are in the top 200 of the company 3 times. She's been 3 times. She has retired her husband from the military early. And so he's now a stay-at-home dad, and Emma is she covers the cost of everything for her and her husband and their 5 children. So it's kind of cool when you hear all that stuff about Emma, but it's also kind of like, Oh my gosh. Like, she must be like superhuman or something like that. Which she totally is close. But um, what I think is really cool is I've known Emma now for 5 years, I guess. Yeah. So I knew her in Hawaii. We were neighbors. We went to the same church, and when I moved there, the president of our church was the women's president was like, "You two should be friends. You have little boys who are like the same ages." So I was like, "Okay, sure. You want to be friends?" And so we used to go hiking together. And I remember one time Emma had one of her sons on her back, one of her sons on her front, and we were hiking up this mountain together. And I just had my one little boy. And she was just so adventurous and excited about life. And so I saw her start her coaching business. And she invited me to do it with her. And I was like, no, I'm not interested in that. But she got me hooked on Shakeology. And I watched her for a year and a half. Just like, I saw this change of her happening, of her feeling happy and helping all these people. And I saw her like being able to, I remember her first post that got me interested is she said she bought her husband lunch or something. And I was like, oh, that'd be cool to be able to buy my husband lunch, you know? And so I saw her progress to where now I saw where she bought her son a car with 1 week's paycheck, you know? So I saw the whole progression from Emma. And so when you look at her from afar and you hear like, she's this elite coach and she's a, you know, 6-figure earner, it's kind of like, oh my gosh. But I know her as like the girl next door that we used to hang out and do play dates together. And so it's cool for me to see Emma's success because it's like, I know she's just normal, just like all of us. And her story, I'll let her kind of go back. She was not in this position 6 years ago at all, right, Emma? And she can tell you guys like kind of where she started. And her story is amazing. Like where you see her now is not where she's always been. And so I would love for her to kind of share her story. And then I'm going to have her jump in and you guys will see like, she's my coach. You guys all know that. But I'm just so thrilled to have her on and share her like enthusiasm. She's always been just so enthusiastic about what she's doing. And she's always wanted to just invite everyone and shout it from the rooftops. And that's why she's been so successful. So Emma, I'm going to stop blabbing and I'm going to turn it over to you. So thank you so much for being on.
Of course. There's actually nothing that I like more, well, maybe besides a really good workout, than talking to people and letting them know, like, you really can do anything that you set your mind to. And just to give you a little bit of background, first and foremost, I just have to say that I love Carrie like this here, and that's one of the coolest things is I feel like if I would have left Hawaii and we weren't doing this together, I would have lost touch with so many of my friends from Hawaii because life is really busy and you see people on Facebook, but you get to have a deeper friendship and connection with them when you go through fitness stuff. Because, I mean, fitness really breaks people down, right? You become vulnerable, I guess you could say, and there's something magical that happens when you are connecting on that level. And so just keep that in mind. So just to give you the quick synopsis of my story, because I won't bore you to tears, but before I became a coach, I was married to my husband, of course, and we were in the military. We were in the Marine Corps. And the first 4 years of our marriage, we had 3 kids, and we moved 4 states, went through a deployment, and I actually moved to Hawaii when I was 35 weeks pregnant and had a 1-year-old and 2-year-old. And my 2-year-old was almost 3, but it was nuts. Oh, and then my 2 stepsons came out like right after, 1 week after I had my son. But I was 55. I gained 55 pounds with my last baby, and I was so overwhelmed that I felt like I was gonna die. I just couldn't keep up with my kids, and my kids all wanted to go play at the beaches. I had my stepsons were 7 and 9, and they're like, "Can you take us to the beach? We want to go to the beach." But you know how it goes. Like, taking kids to the beach is a whole thing, and especially if you have a baby that puts sand in their mouth, and like a 1-year-old darting for the water, and your 3-year-old running around, and then your newborn needs to be nursed under a towel. It doesn't work. So I was just so overwhelmed that I just felt like sleeping. Like I just wanted to stay in bed. Plus my husband, even though the military pays pretty well, he was married before, and we had a lot of child support alimony debt that happened from his first marriage that we brought in. And we were living less than paycheck to paycheck. In fact, at one point, I had written checks for diapers and they bounced, and my card got declined at Albertsons several times when I had like formula and diapers in my cart. It was humiliating. And there just seemed like there was no way out. And I just woke up one day, or no, it was in the middle of the night, and I saw an infomercial for Turbo Fire, and I just really wanted to buy that because it looked fun, and I needed fun for me. Like, I just needed my thing. So I ordered it, and I had to charge it on our charge card and do the payment plan. And yeah, within a few weeks, I started doing that at like 5 in the morning. So that's the only time I could work out. I would nurse my baby, the early morning nursing, and then work out and get started on my day. And I started to feel like me again, like the endorphins, my ability to move, etc. So I would invite friends over to work out. And I did that for about a year. I lost all the baby weight within 7 months and was hiking up mountains. Like Carrie said, that's exactly when it was happening. Babies on the front, babies on the back, holding a toddler's hand, and let's go. Because I wanted to like live. If I was going to live in Hawaii, I was going to live it all the way. So I followed a friend of mine that I knew from back in the day that was posting her sweaty selfies, her meal prep plans, and other things, and I would comment on them, and we were both doing Turbo Fire and stuff. And then eventually she posted this thing that said military spouses could sign up for free and get 25% off of Shakeology. And I saw like the little thing at the end of Turbo Fire for Shakeology, and I'm like, I don't need all that stuff. I know I need salad and whatever in my life, and I don't really like vegetables, so let's try this. So I signed up for the 25% discount, and my husband was on deployment. He came home and said, you need to cancel Shakeology. We can't afford it. Our combat pay's gone. So my upline said, if you help 3 people a month get started on their Shakeology, that will cover your costs. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. And I've never paid for my Shakeology because I knew I needed that. Fast forward a little bit. I fell in love with the business concept of just helping people to find their fitness. I mean, it happened to me without being a coach, and I was literally not trying to sell stuff. I was just wanting more people to feel like I felt. And I did that for about a year. And I got to the end of 2012, and I was a diamond coach, but I dropped my rank. And I was looking around at my babies, and I was thinking, if I'm going to put time and effort into this, and it's going to be away from my family, because it is, and if I was going to do this business, I was going to figure out how to lead and make the most money I could with the limited time I had. So I decided to dive into how to become a better leader, how to dive into growing myself as a person so I could take care of other people. And really, the same philosophy that I take with helping people achieve their goals with fitness is what I've done now with the business. Like, how do I help people to see how powerful they are and how influential they are, and that they really can do this and why they would want to. And within that year, we went from being a Ruby team to 5-star elite. I didn't even know what elite was. I got a phone call in September that said, you're going to be an elite coach this year. And I'm like, all right. I didn't even know what that meant. And we finished elite that year, and then the second year and third year. And it's pretty cool because elite is not a reflection of me. It's a reflection of the kick butt team that we have and what they're producing. And the way it goes every year is that it has to be a growth over last year. So you meet your last year's benchmark and then some, and you have to continuously help new people to help them achieve their goals. So you can't like get a couple rock stars in the beginning and they count. That's not how it is. So anyway, also with that, like Carrie said, we were able to retire my husband. We went through the darkest, hardest years of my life have been with coaching. My husband almost died. He almost committed suicide from PTSD. I was diagnosed with bipolar. We moved 5 different states. We separated for a while to get healthy. Like it was the hardest years of my life through this business. And yet I was able to use this as my positive outlet and my focus. So when people tell me, I don't have time, I just took a week off, I don't understand that, because you have such a golden opportunity. And maybe you're not there yet, but that's okay. We'll talk about that in a second. I do have content to share, but I think your story is really important. And knowing that if somebody really broken with no tools to be successful can do this, and so can you, because really all it takes is your willingness to learn, your willingness to grow, and then your willingness to teach. Does that make sense? Okay. Nod your head. Yes, you know how to do that. Okay.
Can I stop you just real quick? before you get started on the content. So make sure you guys have a paper and a pen, okay? Shalene Johnson, you guys know I love her. She always says smart people take notes, and I know we're all smart people, so we all need to be taking notes. So I just want to
and every single call, I have several of these notebooks, like full. So thanks, Carrie. Yes, smart people take notes. Okay, so I also was asked, I've been asked to speak at Summit the last three years, and I literally, I literally said, are you sure? When they asked me all 3 years. I'm like, there's people that are way more talented. They're nutritionists, they're supermodels, or like nothing wrong with that. Pretty people are cool too. But I just am not that. Like, I'm a Target mom that never wears makeup, and I'd rather be dirty from hiking than be pretty. There's time and place for that, but that's just not who I am. But what they told me straight up was, there's more people in this world like you that are just trying to do their best without a huge skill set or education or whatever. You are going to reach the masses. You are the people that people need to hear from. And that for me was like, what? My story matters? Crazy. I'm a college dropout. I don't know if you guys know that. Yay, go me. But there's just no reason why I should have been successful. And then at 21, I had filed bankruptcy and was living out of my car. So it hasn't been an easy road. But last year we made over $250,000. No, just under $250,000. And I only tell you that because it's crazy how the snowball effect kicks in when you're really just trying to love on people and helping them lead. Okay, so let's get into the content. And I was going to have this be more conversational. I had some PowerPoint slides, but then I was like, no, you know what? Let's just do this, according to what I think that might help you guys. So the first thing that I want you to write down is that you have everything it takes to be successful. And you have to tell yourself that every single day. I firmly believe in affirmations, and not just writing them down and reading them, but standing and looking in the mirror at your own eyeballs and thinking about and believing what it is that you're wanting out of life. And then making sure that you do put that on paper with a vision board or whatever. But here's the thing, is that we have two sides of our brain. This is science, actual science. The one side is the thinking part. The one side is the believing part, or the proving part. So if you tell yourself, we're broke, I never have enough time, I'm never going to be good enough, the things from my past define who I am, like I was raised in a broken home with a mom that had left us and whatever, if I believe those things, like I was a college dropout, I'm not educated enough, I filed bankruptcy so I can't manage my money well, like all this stuff. Or I cheat on my diet, or my butt jiggles, whatever it is for you, or nobody wants to join my challenge group, I just can't hit Success Club. If you do that, your proving side of your brain will look for those things. Like, my marriage is just not as good as other people, we're so unhappy. Then you'll go, my husband didn't call me right after I called him. He doesn't even care about me. Right? So you'll start to find these things. But if you tell yourself, I'm a really good leader and I only have one coach on my team, but we connect so well and it's so fun to see her get excited about things. Or I did that post last night and 10 people liked it. So that means I helped 10 people to see something good in themselves. And you see how those things will start to grow and change your mindset. So you have to look at yourself in the mirror and actually say who you want to be in a year from now. And tell yourself the things that God has given you are enough. Because all of your experiences, all of your talents, everything that you're learning is going to help yourself and your family for the greater good. And you have to make a decision, right? So I don't know what your decision is right now. But if you say, I'm going to try to build this business, I guarantee you're going to fail. Why? Does anybody know why?
You said try.
Try. And what's the difference between try and will?
Action.
Right. Well, try is optional. Right? Have you ever had something happen in your life where let's say that your car broke down. Holy mother of crap, your car broke down, you have no car, and you have to come up with like $1,000, or a medical bill happens, and you got to come up with like this crazy amount of money, and you're broke as a joke, but you You have to find this money somewhere, and you do. But you keep saying, like, I want to put this much in savings. I want to save for a vacation. And it would be great if I had this money in my bank account. But that never happens. I'm going to try to save more money this year. It's because it becomes optional. But when you say, this will happen, this is now a necessity for my life, then you will do that thing. And I want to tell you a story. So, like, how did I go from being somebody that was severely depressed, like barely making it through the day, so fearful of failing because I had nothing to offer people as what I thought. I thought, well, I'm a college dropout. I don't have a certification in, like, as a personal trainer. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a certified coach. I still am not. I should be, but yeah, my priorities were different at the time. But I'm not any of those things, so why would anyone listen to me? So how did I go from that to now feeling like I could do this? So I was sitting in a Super Saturday, and if you're not going to events, you're sabotaging your goals. So I was sitting in a Super Saturday, and this girl went up on the screen, and she shared her story. She was in an abusive relationship. She had 2 kids, and he was the breadwinner, and so she wasn't making very much money and didn't have enough money to leave. Well, she realized Beachbody had this opportunity for her, and she could work it in her spare time, still take care of her kids, and then if she needed, she had the power to take control and go. And I sat there with my, like, tears streaming down my face. I wasn't in an abusive relationship, but I didn't need to go. You know what I mean? That wasn't my goal. But what I realized is I had the power to change my life into anything that I wanted it to be. And I made a decision, like, right there at Super Saturday in Hawaii. And I just decided that I was all in, whatever that meant for me at the time. And I was never going to quit. And that is where it changed. That was the so I put my money where my mouth was, and I decided to sign up for the Success Club cruise, the first one. And we didn't have that money, the $250 to pay for my spot, but then I committed to earning it for the rest of the year. And I wasn't hitting Success Club consistently. I was still, like, my residual income paid for my products. I don't want to confuse you there, but I wasn't hitting Success Club consistently. I wasn't showing up for National Wake Up Calls consistently. I definitely wasn't reading personal development consistently, because that's for people that are sad, not me. And then I decided to, hey, maybe, just maybe, I should do these things that other people are doing, and maybe that will make me, maybe that will be my tools to get to where I need to be. Okay, so please type in the chat, what personal development are you doing right now? What is the book you're reading and you're going to complete in 30 days? Give yourself a 30-day window on books. Did you choose this book according to what your upline or somebody else told you to choose it for? You can type it or just nod your head. Or did you choose this book because this is an area of your life that you really, truly need to improve on? I went through the list of books that people suggested, and I was like, I should read this because so-and-so said this. And there's some validity in that. Like, I really believe in, like, getting suggestions, but you got to read things according to what you need. So for me at the time when I needed to grab a book and start getting going on my life, the Eat That Frog is not necessarily what I needed to read. I needed to read 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. I needed to read I needed to start to listen to Chalene Johnson's Confidence Club DVDs that she had sent out with, like, a free thing, like, as a free thing of something I bought. And I needed to start to do 15 Laws of Personal Growth and Put Your Dream to the Test. And all of these things that were simply focused on, where did I want to go? Right? Now, how many of you have a goal of being a diamond? How many of you are diamonds? Go, Carrie. You get it.
Sorry, say that again.
How many of you are diamonds? Or how many, okay, just Carrie. How many of you have a goal of being diamond? Yes? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of timid hands. You're not going to get there. I'm just going to be straight up honest with you. You have to make a decision. Like, why the heck would you want to be a diamond? Or what's holding you back from being a diamond? A lot of things that hold people back from growing their business and leading a team is well, I'll preface with this. All the reasons for holding you back and recruiting a team are selfish. Ow! What? Because they're about you. You are afraid they're going to say no. You don't feel confident enough to lead a team. You don't think you have anything to offer. And all of those beliefs were learned in your childhood because something happened to tell you that you're a failure, that you're not good enough. There's evidence that you have failed before. And so I'm giving you permission to say, screw that. I am not who I was. I am who I choose to be. And the thing is that even if you have no freaking clue how to lead people, I am confident that you know how to love people. Is that true? Do you know how to love people for who they are, where they are? Yes. So can you use that to help to inspire them? Yes. And the neat, amazing thing is, just by being on this call or just by showing up for your business yesterday or doing your vital behaviors, you already know way more than your new coach will know. You're 5, 10, 15 steps ahead of them. So, and Carrie is going to help you to help you to show you the duplicatable, is that a word? The systems that she's doing that you can in turn, like turn into your own systems. You're not going to do it Carrie's way because you can't do anything Carrie's way because it's Carrie's way. You're going to take her ideas. You're going to take my ideas. You're going to take ideas from the National Wake Up Call and you're going to create your super awesome success system, whatever that is for you, whatever works for you. And I can tell you this, I've had so many that have failed and I still fail all the time with leading a team. Like sometimes I say things that offend people. Sometimes I drop I don't do a good job of following up with them. Sometimes I just don't do very good calls or whatever. So don't worry about that. You're not supposed to be good. You're not going to be really good at this until you do it 10,000 times. So that's what John Maxwell said. So don't let the idea of I'm not going to be good enough hold you back. Now think about this. A lot of people need to get healthy and fit, right? But America in general is in a crisis of debt. 70% of Americans have over, $20,000 in debt, something crazy like that. Like they're broke. So if you're going to help people with achieving their goals with fitness, why wouldn't you offer the coaching opportunity? They're going to save 25% on Shakeology and all their products. They're going to be part of our awesome team that's super motivating and positive. Like this tribe you guys have is so special. Where else can you find this? Why wouldn't you want your best friends to be in this and be like, girl, you gotta meet all my other friends. We love each other. Why wouldn't you want that? Plus there's praise and recognition. How many jobs have you worked where you did not get recognized at all? Yeah. It was like, hey, you better do your very best. And if you slack, I'm going to yell at you. But if you go above and beyond, I'm going to just keep walking and not tell you anything. So, plus they get the opportunity to travel. I always wanted to travel, but I never really could because we were so broke. And now, we travel all the time. I travel 4 to 6 times a year to really awesome vacations. So we got to take our kids to Disneyland. My husband and I just went to Sedona. We just got back from a cruise. Like all this stuff, right? Never would have happened had I not decided to become a coach. So you can offer those things to people in a way that's loving and kind and help them to realize their potential. Love on them so that they can be successful. And whatever their success is, like their success goal is, that's totally fine. With my coaches, I tell them they have an 8-week window to achieve diamond. You're like, what? Is that your goal? 8 weeks. You're like, it is now, you crazy lady. That's fine. Here's why. That's recruiting about 4 coaches a month. That's 1 a week. And then your goal is probably, if you really want to grow a business and like you want to become a 6-figure earner at some point, or maybe you just need to save for colleges for your kids or whatever, you may need to pay off debt. When you go slow in this business, it's very frustrating. When you bring on one coach a month or two coaches, or one coach every 2 months, it's putting all the dang pressure on that person to succeed. That is not fair. Can you imagine being the only freshman in your high school, not having anyone to like do classes with and share ideas with and brainstorm? That's too much pressure, right? You would be the valedictorian, head cheerleader, head quarterback, head everything, and you had to do it all. So by bringing on a minimum of 4 coaches a month, those coaches are going to be able to form a partnership and help each other to form success partners and to run and to succeed and to lead. And what that does for you is it adds momentum into your team. The faster that you invite people and talk to people, the more you help people, or the more people you talk to, the better you're going to get at it. Are you guys moms? Anybody? Yeah? Okay, awesome. Remember when you brought your baby home from the hospital and you had to change its diaper alone for the first time? And you were like, I'm going to break this thing. But then you had to change like 14 diapers in 24 hours. And by the end of 14 diapers, you could like do it on your lap and like with one hand because you were so good at it. That's how it is with talking to people about this business. Like at first, it's going to be like the scary diaper. And you're like, I don't want to touch those parts. I'm going to hurt my baby. And then eventually you're going to be really good. So I would challenge you to make it your goal to invite 30 people this month to join your team with a specific reason why. You don't need a perfect script, but you can say something as simple as, hey, I was thinking about who I'd want to have or who I'd want to go forward with as I'm growing my coaching team and helping people to change their lives with fitness. Your name crossed my mind because, and then share why. You're super outgoing. You always really love fitness. I love how motivating you are. I know that you just had a baby and maybe you want something to do, while your baby's growing or, from home. Give them a specific reason why. Say, I'd love to send you some info. If you're not interested, that's totally fine. Just take this as a compliment. Something very simple. And I challenge you to send that to 30 people. Then when they do, say, yeah, expect an objection. No, I can never do what you do. I'm not at my goal weight, blah, blah, blah. And Carrie can help you to work through the objections. But at least take the responsibility as a business owner to open your doors and invite people. If you opened a restaurant, then you would make sure that you marketed the crap out of that thing and invited people to come in and try your special whatever, right? You would think it was the bomb sauce. You would not apologize for what you're doing. You'd be excited about that. This is a business. You got to treat it as such. So invite people to your bomb sauce team because we are a bomb sauce team. You should be very proud to be a part of this team because you help us to be who we are. And it's an amazing opportunity for them. And if they don't take it, they're idiots. And I'm kidding. We love them anyway. It's not for everybody. But at least you did your job of inviting. If you're not inviting people to this opportunity, you're not doing your job and you will never grow. Your income will be the same every month. So make it your goal to invite 30 so that you sign 4 to 6 coaches a month. And by doing this, the momentum on your team is going to skyrocket and they will have the opportunity to be a part of that momentum train. Okay, any questions about that real quick? None? Okay. Then, so what do you do with these people? Carrie can help you get them started right. That's a whole other call. But basically, you're just going to show them what the heck you're doing. How are you hitting Success Club? How are you signing up coaches? Where are you finding these people? What kind of posts are you doing? And just teach them that by duplication. But I want you to know that I believe that you can have anything you want in life. Coaching, like your goal does not have to be a 6-figure earner. That was not my goal in the beginning at all. All I wanted was an extra $500 to pay a car payment and to help with pay off some debt. I had no idea it could get to this point, and I'm so very thankful that it did. I don't do anything different than what I ask my team to do. The only thing is that I do it on, I've done it consistently for 4.5 years now. And I've grown myself immensely. I mean, can you imagine continuing to do a business that's in the public eye while my husband was going through his treatment and I was diagnosed with bipolar? Can you imagine how hard that was? But if I can do it, so can you. And our trials are what are going to make us triumphant. And our mess is our message. And people need to hear that you're real and that you can do this anyway and that you're going to show up. You don't need to throw a stick of dynamite in the water and invite 30 people today. That's not what I'm asking. But the small, simple steps that you will either skip or do are what is going to shape your future. You guys you've ever seen this, like a graph? I'm going to draw it out. I'm a really good artist, so get ready for this. But okay, here's where you are. Okay, here's where you are. I hope you can see this. You're down here, and then it splits, right? Here is, I can't write backwards. Here's comfort. Like, this is being in your comfort zone. This is skipping the things that are hard. This is not taking risks. This is staying the same. And in a year from now, you're going to be here still. Yay. This is doing simple tasks over and over that help you to get to where you want to be. And the cool thing is that not only is your business going to grow and you're going to start to earn income and recognition and be able to take these trips and grow a tribe and all of these things, but you as a person are going to step into who you really were meant to become. Because I don't believe that God wants us to stay the same. I believe that he wants us to maximize our time here, right? And to develop all of our talents and to use them for good. But you want to know the best part? Is I've been able to watch Carrie and some of the other coaches on our team go from here to here and completely change their lives. And I cannot even tell you how much better it feels to see your baby coaches grow and speak on stage and earn incredible achievements and grow teams. And it just feels so good to have presented that opportunity for them, to love them through it, and to help them to take off. So your homework today is to make a list of 30 names of people that you would love, admire, respect, and would want to have on your team. People you'd want to hang out with all the time. Because you hang out with your coaches a lot. I do. Hi, Carrie. It's fun. You're going to try to reach out to all of them this week. So that's what, 6 a day? And if you haven't talked to them in the last 2 weeks, you're not just going to invite them out of the blue. First, you're going to start a conversation and just see how they are. Like, it'd be weird if their grandpa died yesterday and you're like, want to join the team? That's weird. So you're going to reach out to them and say hi, like, hey girl, how are things going? It's been a while, whatever. And then you're going to go like on some of their posts, like go to their posts and then like actual posts that you like. And then you're going to CCQ. You guys know what that is? Okay, on one of the posts, you're going to comment, compliment, ask a question. So a comment could be, oh my gosh, our kids have the same shoes. They look so much cuter on your daughter, or whatever. Your daughter looks adorable. How old is she now? Like, it doesn't have to be about fitness, but just anything where you comment, compliment, question. Okay? So you're showing up on their page. And then you will just work through those conversations and invite them. When they want info, Carrie can hook you up with a good webinar or a PowerPoint, a bullet point list to send them. So your second is to write out your affirmations of who you want to be and start setting a time in the morning. Give yourself 5 extra minutes to do this every single morning. And your last thing is to meet up with a success partner. If you don't have one, reach out to Carrie. She can help you find 1 or 2. And together set your date of when you're going to become a diamond coach and why you want to be a diamond. And then commit to checking in with each other every single day, the goods, the bads, the uglies, the amazings, and everything that you're doing. So you're planning for success. Can you do those 3 things? Absolutely. We have an Emerald to Diamond training started Monday. We're going to do it as a Giant Soar Nation team. We have some really cool incentives if you do it. And you hit Diamond during that time. So if you guys want to hop in that, we're running the most successful group I've ever done, which is called Mastering Leadership. And it's going to be a 60-day check-in on Facebook. And you're going to learn a lot. You're going to grow as a person and be surrounded by people that are doing exactly what you're doing. And I promise you, no matter how busy you are, if this is important to you, you're going to make the time. If it's not, you won't. And that's okay. I don't want you to think that you have to be a diamond. I don't want you to think that you have to be a top coach. That's not it. But if you say you want to have a successful business, which I think you do since you're right here on this call, and you haven't hung up yet, then you have to put your actions and your belief where your goal is. So if your goal is here, you have to raise the bar with your actions and belief. If you're not willing to do that, that your actions are going to stay the same, then you either have to change your goal or change your actions. Does that make sense? And it's okay to say, actually, I'm good with where I'm at, Carrie. And she'll go, awesome. I love you no matter what. So, all right, that's all I have. I don't know if that helped or not. I don't know if I covered what you wanted or not.
Yeah, that's why they pay her the big bucks. You guys can tell. No, but I love that. I just want to add a little something. So I, for a long time, wanted what I saw Emma was accomplished. Like, I wanted to know I was making a difference in people's lives. I wanted to be able to have that income. And I tried and I tried and I kept failing. So I told myself, like, oh, I didn't really want that anyways. Like, but I did. But I would just try to convince myself, like, oh, I didn't really want to go diamond. Like, I didn't really want this business. Like, it's fine. But it's because I didn't believe in myself. Like, I didn't think I could do it. So I tried to tell myself, like, I don't really want it. And so I think you really have to be honest with yourself, like what you said, Emma, like, what do you really want? And don't let your self-doubt hold you back. Like, oh, I probably can't do that, but it would be cool. Like, if you want it, then you can do it. But you just have to be honest with what do you really want, and don't let your doubts, because I've been there where I'm like, I really do want that. No, I don't. No, I don't, because I just didn't think I could. You know what I mean? So anyways, thank you so much, Emma, though. And I think that is so, I love your story, and I love hearing, because you really are that example that you're just totally normal, and you've just been consistent for 4.5 years. And that's, you're doing the same stuff we're doing. You've just been doing it longer, and it really does work and pay off. And you'll notice about Emma, she dreams big, and she's crazy enough to, like, go for it. When she tells you she's going to do something, like, she's going to do it. Like, and I love that about her. So anyways, you guys, what questions? You have an elite coach on the line, and you can ask her questions if you guys have any. Like, that's awesome opportunity. So let's open it up for just a couple minutes if you guys have any questions. Anyone? You guys are being shy now.
I remember, like, a lot of times I'd be on calls like this, listening as an Emerald coach, and be so afraid to ask, is like, what if I'm the only one that thinks that? So you feel like usually somebody else is thinking it, and whoever has the guts to say it, everyone else goes, oh yeah, that, I want to know that. And so it's good to ask questions, or just to share it, like, whatever is on your heart. When I get to Summit, they always tell me, you're not talking to diamonds and star diamonds, you are talking to emeralds, because that is who is really trying to work the business. And being the hardest part in your business will be emerald going to diamond, because you get paid the lowest and you're working the hardest. You really are. Like, you continue to work that way as you go up in the business, but it's very difficult to not be able to see, like, the fruits of your labor, coming through in a year. So just know that, like, it does get better, and it starts to snowball over time if you're consistent. So feel free to ask. If not, that's A-okay.
No one? Okay. Well, awesome. So Emma, thank you so much. I think that is such a good, and I think, making that list of names, like you said, it's all about practicing. The more you do it, like, if you only ask one person to join your team and they say no, ouch, like, that hurts so bad. But if you ask 30 people and 15 say no, then it's like, like, it doesn't hurt as bad when you ask a lot of people than if you're just that one person, like, oh, please say yes, So I think that's so great to, like, make that list and just rip it off like a Band-Aid and just go ask a bunch of people and take those risks and get out of your comfort zone. So thank you so much. I love that assignment. I think that's awesome. So, all right, you guys. Well, I will go ahead and sign off. So a huge, huge thank you again, Emma. If you guys don't already follow, it's Emma Whaley. Go follow her. You'll see that she just lives life out loud. She's very unapologetic about who she is, and she spreads that enthusiasm. And she's like that from the very beginning. She never apologized for what she was doing, and she was always posting about, this is a party. Why aren't you all joining me? And I think that's exactly why she's been successful. She's just is so true to herself all the time and why she loves what she's doing. And you can't help but like with her. So if you don't already follow her on Facebook, you could go follow Emma Whaley. So, all right, y'all. I'm going to let you guys out. Good job, Angie. I love that. Start your list now. Good, good, good. So, all right. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. So thank you so much for hopping on, and we'll talk to you later. Bye. Bye. Leo said bye.